Live and it's stopping us. So. Okay. First of all, okay. There's a dad on the other side. There's a male figure. Is there father-in-law? I never met him. Doesn't matter. He still knows you. Okay? And I am being told that you need to speak up enough, and that you're not always being heard, and that you're a strong person, but for some reason you're holding your words back right now, and you need to scream it. You need to let know what has to happen. Okay? Does that make sense? And I feel like that is from father-in-law. On the other side, it comes from a father figure. So I don't know if he's teasing you about your marriage or what he's teasing you about, but I feel like you need to scream a big. Okay. I have been actually. And that's coming from a higher power, tell the rest. But you have to make him listen. And I feel like whatever this is about, it's for your husband's own good. Okay. Does that make sense? Yep. See, quit smoking.
Nobody chews.
And he's got to stop. Okay. He absolutely has to stop. Now it's up to him whether he chooses to or not. But I feel like he's getting a higher power warning, and we don't often get those. Okay. Now, I also feel that there is somebody. There's certain songs that I hear, and the jukebox is just turning on today. Usually, it's on way ahead of time. There's certain songs here that when I hear the song James the Eagles, it would be a vehicle accident. So, is there a cousin that you have that died in a vehicle accident? Or this was like kind of a horrific kind of thing? Which I feel
My
like
cousin had a friend years ago that went off of the road. He fell asleep and was driving fast and went off the road and was killed. It was my cousin's boyfriend at the time.
and you're still
Her and I are very close.
just on the media for this next week to come through you to get to her. Okay? Because I feel like there's only one opportunity. I don't know that she was so he wants her to know and he or something like that, but that is for okay. Other people in mind, that's makes sense. But he pictures up online, and she is going to put her.
John was killed.
Never works. Well, now because I get but he wants her to know that he's and that he knew they were going to be there. Yeah, and I want when you tell her this, I want to see it on videotape. Get out the phone and you're going to see what we can do. Oh my gosh, you take lots of pictures at the wedding. There's no other. Hey. So I mean, when we think about heaven and the other side, it's white light. You know, I mean, basically, it's white light. And I am not a religious person, I'm spiritual. I feel brother and was his passing like very unusual or the circumstances odd?
Not odd. Tragic.
It feels tragic.
Long, drawn out.
He was sick?
Yes.
He feels like he had an allergic reaction. Sure. Okay. I don't know if there was a medicine or something that didn't sit well with him, but it makes me feel like I can't breathe.
He came out there. He made him very sick. It was one.
Okay. Okay. Well, that would make me feel like I can't breathe. He wanted to be in the service too. Let me tell you that he had past life memories. I feel like he came into this lifetime knowing that he fought for his country and fought for freedom and was in the service and died in war in another lifetime. And I feel like he had odd war knowledge.
He was a Girl Scout.
Okay.
And he wanted to join the military.
He was absolutely ready to join the military. I mean, I just feel like that was his calling. Now, he touches everybody. He still to this day makes you feel his touch. He says he comes and he puts his hand. All the way here today on my drive, I felt like, I just had my hair cut recently, pretty short, but it felt like it was still this length and somebody was tugging it here. So, I'm going to tell you that usually spirits don't come to me in advance, but I feel like he was like a little brother who just liked to pull hair.
I paid for it all the way here.
Really? Because I swear to God, I left Beloit. Did I tell you guys I'm from Beloit? You guys know where Beloit is? Yeah. So yeah, I left Beloit this morning. And there was 3 different instances where I know it felt like my hair was still on and somebody just gave it a tug. So, and I honestly feel like that was him. Now, your mom is still here, and is there some issues with mom, and is mom here tonight?
No.
Okay, is there some issues with some heart problems with her? I don't like to give these warnings, but I feel like she needs to be aware of any chest pains, any issues like that. Okay, because she makes me feel like mom watch her heart. Okay? And
She's been to the emergency room a couple times for like what she thinks has been heart pain, but they say it's like acid reflux.
I get that, but I feel like your mom is actually being more intuitive and feels like there could be a problem. And acid reflux will feel like that. I've had that.
But maybe she needs a second opinion.
I feel like she
Maybe
should
that's
go
a
through the whole
warning.
workup. Just to be, it's better to be safe than sorry. And he makes me feel like if there's anything he can do tonight is make sure mom's okay. Okay? Now, month of February, does that have something to do with him? He shows me number 2. So I feel like that to me would be month of February.
My daughter's birthday is February 1st.
And she came after he passed?
Well, no, she was 8 months old.
Oh, doesn't matter. He's still referencing her birthday, and he knows how important that is to you. Okay? So, and does she love grilled cheese?
Well, she knows how to cook.
He just made me smell it, taste it, everything. And he's laughing about her and grilled cheese. How old is she?
She'll be 21.
I thought you were going to say, like, 10.
No, she just moved out, and I was actually just joking with them that all she owns is one pan and one frying pan. So
Oh my God, this
she's
is so
probably
funny.
living on grilled cheese.
From a grill.
Panini maker. So makes me smell it, and he just makes me anything from the other side of her. I want you to know that he shows me at 24 she will have a son.
Okay. Okay.
And he writes it out with a pen. He says 24. Or he actually makes it look like it's on a blackboard. And he says 24, she will have a son. And I feel like he will be referenced somehow in that name. So just be aware that he already has a relationship with this child who is with him right now, who will come here in 3 more years. Okay? And she will be ready.
It's formula in that cereal for a long time.
Tell you, he's going to be 25 this year. And the maturity that came between 21 and 24 was extreme. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but what I saw between 21 and 24 made me sit back and awe and go, I'm not worried.
I know it.
I just,
Adults don't make babies, babies make adults. So if she doesn't know now, she will.
she'll be fine. She'll absolutely be fine. Okay? Awesome. Thank you. Please pull a card. Blake? Down.
That's right. Bullet.
It's a
It's a prize.
Oh, you're a prize. Okay. See, I told you I won yet.
Yeah, we'll help. We're helpers here today.
You were told to get the coffee scrub. I guess.
It's all right. You don't have to admit it to these ladies.
Well, here's the thing. Well, it has coffee, it has almond oil and orange essential oils and sugar in there, so you actually could add it.
Put a little Bailey's or maybe.
Yeah. Anna Abel. I did those coffee scrubs as kind of a test thing. So it's my first batch I've ever made of the coffee scrub. So just be aware. The perfumes I'm an expert at. And now I've been ordering the stuff to make volcanic ash facial masks and using tea tree oil and lavender oil in those. So that is my next effort, is to make these masks for people.
Tea trees.
I paid $75 for my just volcanic ash.
You're gonna have to go on vacation. Go on vacation here. Write that off. That's travel too.
We just had a whole conversation, you guys. Okay. So, is this signed? Okay. And why is he making my ear, like, he makes me want to dig in my ear? So, to me, that could be a sign of not listening, or it can be a sign of hearing issues.
Probably not listening.
Okay.
You lied, I did too.
Was he fascinated with, remember we were talking about the little boy with the reincarnation of the kid being in the service? He makes me feel like Native American stuff was good. Well, he just shows me like understanding Native American medicine. And names, he talks about names. Was there a lot of pain with his passing?
For him or for us?
For him, like physical pain.
Was there not? Yeah,
Okay. He makes me feel like, even though logically there would be pain, that you don't have to worry about him feeling it. Does that make sense? Okay. He hums to you. He hums to you. I just feel like that's the ear thing. He's showing me he just gets in your ear and goes, and hums to you. And makes you feel his energy. Why does he show me these little, it almost looks like coins, or I don't want to say, what were those hogs or whatever they were, but it's not those. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you guys?
Yes, I know about that.
What?
I know about that.
But these aren't pogs. It's similar but different, is what he's showing me. And it's like a collection of these round disky things. Does that make sense with you guys?
Right before you pass, these look like island coins.
Island coins?
They're the quarters
What's that?
state quarters.
Interesting. He shows me almost something else, but it's round and disky. Who smokes? Who's the smoker?
All of them.
He's putting them out. Pinching the ends of your cigarette. But he's not here. Yeah. He's putting your cigarettes out. I don't know. What's that?
Like what it is.
Well, no, he doesn't want anyone smoking. He's putting your cigarettes out. So, you talk about Ollie. I swear to God. He definitely wants that. Now, your husband is still here, or his father?
Yes.
Okay. And I feel like his father has some, how can I say this? Issues with not always seeing the bright side of things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I'm trying to say it in the best way possible. And I get that he shows me that he is trying to get Dad to see the silver lining. Okay? Does his dad have a brother who's passed as well? I feel like there is a man who is a generation above. Do you have a brother who's passed? He shows me someone who is like an uncle. So I don't know who this is to him, but he makes me feel like it's like an uncle who is passed on, so family friend or whoever this is.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What is that?
Oh, okay.
What's that?
Okay, got it.
Okay. That is right. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Just
got
making
it.
sure. Just know that he is not alone. Your mom has passed also, and she was very in control. I feel like he's showing me that she makes sure that he is okay at all times. Tough lady, in control. Okay? So, like, you don't tell her no. Well, just know that that's what he shows me, and he makes me feel that everything is okay. And that's where okay. So Christine, he shows me December or Christmas as being important. So I'm not quite sure if that's all. Right. I feel like it's references to somebody else's birthday or, you know, something about Christmas being something else. So just be aware. You haven't had children yet? And there's 3 waiting for you on the other side.
Slow clap for that. That's a lot.
One in the family?
Yes, they
Twins, one in the family on rent.
I almost, well, and it's usually on the woman's side, it's important, but I feel like I'm supposed to mention you two at the same time.
Oh, all right.
Just keep you busy.
Do I at least got a
You gotta save me some of that cheesecake.
Would you like a box?
Julie. Hello? I'm a little slow. Kaylee Melter? Okay.
Well, this is the richest meal possible.
That looks insanely good.
It is, and you will get, I feel you will get a piece. We're practicing our
I remember I told you I had a jerky mouth.
Well, maybe you get both.
You better say, cheesecake.
Is that tomorrow with the cocktails?
I'm feeling both, I don't know.
I had a boyfriend at home. Let's see what I got everything on.
All right,
Well,
then
on
it's just
YouTube.
cheesecake. Just cheesecake.
Okay. So just belong to somebody else.
Yes.
Is it not?
Yes.
Okay. Who had so much anxiety?
She did.
Oh my gosh, she makes me hot. Like this, I feel like I can't get cooled off.
Mhm.
She made me irritated. Just like her anxiety would irritate her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know what she smell is strawberry. Like the old Schwab strawberry smell.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Like from the 70s? That's what she's making me smell. And did she wear a girdle?
No.
Why was she throwing a girdle on the floor?
Yeah, she tried it on, not put it back on.
Oh.
I wore a girdle one time, and that's why I ended up on the floor.
Wasn't that what spanks are now? I mean,
Yes.
spanks are basically.
I don't wear anything that constricts me like
No,
that.
we let it all hang.
I earned it.
So 13 is important for her. She talks about the 13th being important, so I don't know what that's about. Just makes my stomach hurt. Is there some stomach issues with her?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. Is there any with you? Okay. Your daddy still has it?
Yep.
That's his fault.
We just had hernia surgery.
That's why she's showing me such a feeling.
It is. It's my girls over there.
Oh, we're listening.
I already pushed her.
I'm trying to take notes.
We're gonna stop her.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's where the stomach issues.
Okay. Yep. we just did it. October 31st.
The 13th, so she's showing me backwards.
Hmm.
That's interesting. But I feel like she is going to be with him to celebrate his birthday. He does something that he normally does not do once a year. Does he have a drink or what is this, with the one thing he does?
No, he drinks all the time. I don't know. It's kind of funny because I have a son that was born on the 31st as well. So they kind of celebrate their birthdays together.
Cool.
And then he's little, he's only 3, so.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, maybe something to do
So,
with that.
do you guys have family dates? Like, some families have the same date that happens over and over and over. Or in your case, the 31st. So sometimes that does happen, your family date. Like, it's so interesting. She makes me feel like if she was living in here, she would have died, but she was here. Like, yeah. She makes me feel like if I was putting me on the spot, I'd be all right.
Well, I mean, yeah, I with her, 'cause I didn't think she would even try.
This would have made her like red.
Oh, yeah.
All over her chest. And that she had a real hard time of seeing here without people know. And she did not want her business all over the place. So did she lose a boy or who lost a baby boy in the family?
My sister.
Okay, just know, sir. I'm like sitting on a stool, but like, no, nobody will hear me over a chair. She has baby boy with her. She wants you guys to know the baby's in good hands. Okay? And her brother, she has a brother who passed. And she says he was hard worker. Did he work himself to death? Is that kind of the family way, or
He was pretty young when he died.
okay? Was he working?
No, he actually died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Interesting.
With his fiance in the car, barking.
Oh,
What a way to go there.
wow! Paradise by the dashboard, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh,
What a way to die.
well, usually I get drawn to the
They were talking and they died.
Wow. Who is the person who literally worked himself into his grave? Sorry, that came out of nowhere.
Katie, Eric's brother.
Well,
Accident.
that was an accident. I mean, I don't think he
But he
worked.
was working.
Yeah, I don't think it would be.
I'm choking on that carbon monoxide. Oh man. She makes me feel like she's with the guy who worked himself.
It could have been my grandfather, her dad. He died very young.
Okay. She makes me feel like fellow vagina.
Oh, really?
So just, I feel like once you think of this, you're gonna be, but just
Right.
know. And she definitely makes me feel like this took a lot for her to even come through me. And that, did she do needlework?
She embroidered a lot.
Okay, because that's what she shows me she's doing on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So she makes me feel like something, who does that anymore? I don't.
I don't even know
Just do.
what
Yeah. Well,
Very.
okay, funny shot.
You
You
can
have my card. You guys see why I had you put your names on cards? Because now you get them back when you're done. And if you guys want phone readings, Skype, or Google Hangout readings, I can do all. I do live in Beloit, but I do a lot of work over the phone and online. So if you ever decide that you need a reading, you can send pictures and email, hold up jewelry or hold up whatever they want to use to hear from the person.
You necessarily don't have.
Right.
You gotta draw a name. Yeah.
Oh.
Draw mine, buddy, draw mine.
Denny Hopper.
Oh, you wanted one of those.
Oh, honey,
I got one. That's yours. You get your name.
I do their hair. Oh, I do their hair. Okay. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you want these or do you want to analyze? Do you want this or this?
Oh, that's beautiful. You guys see the great big orb on the faces?
This is my wedding day.
Yes.
In case you could post one. I've been with this man for 10 years and he just got married this summer.
We've been together for 11 years and I'm not married. We have to show this online here. Or Google seems to be working, knock on wood, everybody knows. So, is this his mantra? Well, female who wants to go over him. Well, she tortured him, and she is all about him and him getting what he wants, and she wants him to have good meals.
Oh.
She's the cook.
I cook, but he mostly cooks. I'm the sous chef. I do the chopping and the preparing,
Oh, how funny.
and then he does that. We cook together.
Well, I feel like his love of good meals comes from her. I belong to somebody who's cross. Is this? Like Okay,
Then when we were cleaning up,
does not want to be called Brenda.
oh, she, yeah.
She was kind of cool. And she makes me feel like, don't reference me as old in front of all these people. I'm going to be yellow perm, yellow red perm old lady.
Right.
She,
Everybody loved and with her and being part of her world.
Is she choking?
she feels like she's in a she was not, but her mind was, and feel like she was kind of like, checkmate. Kind of like, you pull this, I'm going to pull that. So she was very much about knowing what her next move was.
Right.
Was she a Florida girl? Did she like to go to Florida?
No. She maybe in her heart would have loved to go to
Who's
Florida.
going to Florida?
Grandma,
Oh.
Florida. Grandma took him and his sister
Okay.
to Florida to
So
see
they're
his
just,
dad.
they're fighting with each other. When you hand me two people, sometimes they talk over each other. So definitely talk about Florida, and I feel like you guys are going. Really? Well, she's I feel like she's working on that on the other side. Wow. Yeah, own your own salon. She's like,
White butterflies have been chasing.
oh, it's both of them. Absolutely. And I just feel like they both like listening to the gossip, seeing what's going on. You're like to sort of have coffee and just kind of talk. So just know that as long as you want to be in business, yes. You can actually, no, but she can take a good vacation. So, absolutely. That's what I would tell them to scale certain amount, and then you can vacation a little bit more if you hire other people. I feel like you're supposed to take on an apprentice or use some teaching. Okay?
I always wanted to be a teacher.
Well, I feel like you are supposed to take on an apprentice.
Can I ask one of them holding?
You lost a child? So it was miscarriage? Okay. They're not showing full-term baby at all. And I feel like the reason they're not is because he will still come in somehow. That's could be your child recycled in your life. So I don't feel your salon was your okay. Do you guys need
Yes. Yes.
okay. I want you guys to take 5 minutes, get your wiggles out, and come back.
I was looking That's what I like to hear. The cheaper the better. Yeah. I'm a big good girl.
Amen. I'm gonna take her chair from you. It is, especially when. Yeah. I love doing what I do. I'd rather have a long day than a long week. I did a party in Mondovi last month and drove from Beloit to Mondovi and back home. And I read for 20. It made 15-minute You know, I made $600 in a day.
Yeah.
How do you argue? Like I said, I'd rather have a long day than a long week.
That's right.
Oh, thank you. Right now. Thank you. Do you want to do readings? Yeah. Trying to get restless, I better give them a break. So is this what you guys expected?
Yeah.
Not Teresa. I am not Teresa at all. Yeah, I don't have the hair. And now that it's cut though, I kind of look at myself and go, shit, it looks like a tree.
Oh, this is cool. I like the size of the two.
The goal is to have this size groups once a week in different locations and stream it out.
Yeah.
For eventually to charge like $1 per watcher.
Sure, okay.
So that we can have small groups, that everybody gets a chance.
Later tonight and watch this.
I'm hoping. To like when I did one. So that one's live. And it shows the whole entire show. So, and I didn't have to do anything. It just, we were done and it went up. We just had a hard time staying online tonight with it. It kept popping off.
Yeah.
He's watching it from home.
No, he asked if I got Twitter. I said, yeah, he does this. So like,
Oh, well, you better just come in.
well, see, that's why I wanted to give you my shoe so you would believe it.
Oh. Well, you know, my goal is not to make believers. What I want is people.
I think he wants to. I think it's just too hard for him.
Yeah. I didn't look at the time when I let them go.
Go holler at the kids. Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Restlessness. Like, it was. Oh no, not even that. Just like, yeah, for people to get up and move around. It's a long time to hold people. You know. So you guys have eaten and you're like wanting another drink. And yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to get home. How what? Oh, she put something on my Facebook today. Facebook about. That you can, and you should be careful who you go see as far as mediums go and psychics, because my personal feeling is I'm not good at future advice. Like if somebody comes to me and goes, "Is my boyfriend gonna call me tomorrow?" I'm like, I really don't care. That's not for your spiritual well-being. You know what I mean?
Right. How
But
about
a
lottery
message,
numbers?
yeah.
Just tease.
Go look at my YouTube channel. There's a commercial that I made that's about the lottery. Anyway, thing is the message from the other side is what future advice is too, it's really hard to do. And you walk out of here. A lot of readers can put exactly the same thing. You know what I mean? You
Yeah, yeah, and it's not some computerized, insert this name.
Right, right. So, yeah, I mean, people can call me Miss Cleo and all that kind of garbage, and they've done it for years. That's why I started doing groups like this, because the feeling is so real. Like, you can feel the energy of the person standing there. You know, there's other people who are feeling the same thing. So, just one more minute, and then we'll get started again. And what I'll do, and they get a prize, and I pull until I get a reader, or somebody in. Is that fair? Okay. I'll spend 5 minutes. Oh, is it? Change. What's that? Oh, yeah, and psychic readings by Jonna if you need him. No, I don't do an hour for $40. No. That's what it says on Facebook? Yes. I think. No. I'm gonna look. You tell me. No, for an hour, it's 105. So, yeah. So a lot of people don't recommend that you get another full reading a couple months later. You can do a 15-minute check-in. What's that?
How much for a different person? Like if she does 2 people.
I just charge per time. You can bring me pictures of your but it's a whole separate thing. So it's $30 for and you can bring somebody with you to listen to you. But I'm not reading for them at the same time. That makes sense? Okay.
Oh, do you want to drop?
Yeah. And are we doing a price?
I think you were.
I was surprised for that.
Okay. Eugene. Yay! I'll make this. I'm scooting over by you, so that we have room next to us. Okay. You did reading tonight. You did? I know. I could feel when we're sitting there and you're like, I'm going to be up there. Okay, so that for you. Is there past? Dad's here. Who's the father figure on the other side? Is it father-in-law? Your husband. Okay, okay. He comes through very protected.
She called him Dad.
Okay. That's crazy. Very protective. I get angel in. Are you guys telling me that you go into a little highway hypnosis when you drive? Or they, oh my God, I don't believe I passed those through. He is like poking you. That's what he's showing. Is that he's trying to go into a zone when you're driving. Yes. So turn off the country music and put on some ACDC. Roll the window down and get rocking. Because honestly, it's behind the wheel. And he worries about you. Okay? So a little Captain Mode for now. Is there some issues with your lower back? Okay, as we're talking, it just keeps getting worse and worse with me. I'm going to end up having surgery soon or in the next year? No. I'm going to tell you that he makes like when you do go in for surgery, and I'm not talking about your back, I'm talking about something else. And he makes me feel that he will be with you at the time when you go in for surgery. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. On something maybe in the arm or not. Why are you smiling?
That is very true.
Okay.
I'm stiffening up here.
This arm. Okay. Because he may feel like you will be under anesthesia and he will be with you. Okay, and that's in the next year. So you need to know he's not gonna. He showed me Billy Carter. Do you Did he have his own beer, Billy Beer?
Yeah, Billy Beer.
Why is he showing me Billy Beer? Did your husband collect beer cans at that time? Charlie beer cans. He's showing me specialty beer cans. So for me, the only specialty beer can I would know would be yes. From childhood of the 70s, that's what I. Okay. He's making you not get smooth talked. You do not do anything without doing research. That if you decide to do something and it's valuable enough, do it. But do your research. Okay. Well, he's telling me you don't have to refuse if the price is good.
But don't give them away.
Right. Absolutely. He's like, do your research. Mm-hmm. Who just had stitches? Did one of the kids?
Maybe grandson.
Okay, just know he was with him, and he made sure that he was okay while he was getting stitches. Because he actually shows me stitches, and that he was with him when that happened. And just to keep him calm. And oh my God.
He was going down on the highway. He was hit by the semi.
What happened?
Grandson, she hit by the semi.
And your husband made sure that he survived.
We've said that all along. That
He was going down us when he pulled his hand.
Absolutely. He made sure he was okay. And he followed him and made sure he was okay in the emergency room. He was there with him.
we said that all along because he lived through what he went through.
That's why he was showing me the highway and stuff. That's what he was showing me. With somebody spacing out on the highway.
Yep.
And it was the truck driver. It was the boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He moves too fast.
He bent over to tie his shoe and he stood up and ran out into the trailer of the
Oh.
semi, but
Oh.
So blessed.
He is blessed.
So blessed.
He heard the voice of angels. I mean, seriously. Today when I'm driving here, I look at the clouds and I feel like, there's an angel in the clouds. And was telling me that when their relatives died, that they actually heard angels sing. And I feel like your grandson heard angels sing. Mm-hmm. Yes.
My husband doing souls go to your
work. He makes me channeling to somebody who does woodwork here. Now, this could be somebody you don't even know. But he channels that energy and helps them do it so that when people get done with their projects, they're like, I don't even know why I did this or how it happened. But it happens. Okay. He's channeling his work through them. Okay? So just know that that's how he's still helping. There's people who write music or sing music and they're like, I don't know where it came from. Because it comes from a higher power. And that's what's going on. He is being the higher power for somebody else. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. He was not going to let me out of here. Oh my gosh. All right, glad we took a break. Thank you. Leslie Davis. Prize time for you. Did we lose one? Oh, did they? They weren't impressed at all.
They could have had a prayer walk.
Darcy, Serva, come and get a prize.
I'll finish on that.
Thank you. Bring this before for me. This before somebody brought something last time that looked like this. Okay. Last time, didn't we have something like this last time?
Not that I remember.
Okay. God, somebody just brought me something like this. Okay. First of all, I want to talk about blood pressure with you. How is your blood pressure? Okay, because I feel like I'm being warned that you cannot take this for granted. It runs in the family, and that you need to be aware that blood pressure issues cause problems in the family. Okay, so I am just getting all these like this to you to make sure that you stay seriously. You have a son? Yeah. Who has the little boy in the family? Who's about 7 or 8, 9? How old is he?
I only have my nephew who's maybe going on 2 or 3.
Okay. It's gonna be a little shit. I'm sorry, I'm just being told that he's gonna be a little stinker. So you need to know that. So, this dad, father-in-law, it has dad energy all around it. Who's this dude?
It's like a grandpa, but it's not relative.
Okay, but he was patriarch of everything. He makes me feel like he was like, he took in everybody and fathered them. Does that make sense? If there was something to be taught, or if there was a way to connect with people, he did. Was there some issues with forgetfulness?
He was getting some. So,
Okay.
I mean, there could
He
have been.
just made me feel like he could not hear out of one ear, and there was some forgetfulness issues. And his wife passed before him.
No,
Who's Lucy? He makes me feel like he met up with Lucy on the other side.
people I don't know.
Okay. What'd you say? Was it Lucille Ball? Well, I get signs and symbols, and that is a Sonny Rogers thing. It is one that I'm a child of the 70s. What I hear. So you're married. Okay. And was he close to your husband?
Didn't know.
I feel like he knows him now. Okay? And is your husband working on some sort of frustrating home improvement project?
He should be.
Just giving you a warning that I get something that's very frustrating. I actually feel like something won't square. There's something that won't fit square. So it's a dishwasher. I don't know. I don't know much about that, but I just know that. So, something not being square or not fitting correctly. Okay. Who is challenged with the issues of trust? I feel like it's I feel like it's somebody who
Ready?
okay. Be patient. We're doing everything we can. That kind of thing. And you just have the one son who's 3?
My nephew.
Your nephew. You have
No children.
you gifted the children. God, you know, we have this emergency placement thing happen.
Right.
Sometimes karma is a weird thing. We think that we can put that. So just be aware of it. And I don't feel it's a permanent thing, but it's enough to like finish the contract. Because there is a contract for you. And it's not that you have to have your own child. You don't. So I honestly feel like you died in childbirth in another lifetime, and you're not doing that shit. No, a lot of times our soul carries over that energy of things. And so a lot of times when I have somebody who's trying to have a child or something, like do a past life regression, find out what your fear is in this past, and you'll end up pregnant. And it happens all the time. But for you, I get a pissed off energy of like, it was not right. Like what happened was not right, and you're not doing that again. So it's not like you're going to get pregnant should you find this out. But I definitely feel like there is a past life issue with that. I also feel like I'm supposed to talk about school and training and classwork. Okay? So I get something that is coming up for you, but you can't avoid the school and training and classwork. Does that make sense?
Avoiding it? Or doing it?
You're going to have to do it.
Alright.
And buying and selling property, I'm also being shown something about buying and selling property, and more property coming to you. Okay, so just be aware. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to give this back. Thank you. Corey Hansen.
I get a prize.
Yes, you do. Here's your card.
Absolutely.
If you get the perfume to your table and you decide you hate it, and there's still leftovers, you can come up and sniff the leftovers and trade it in. Kelly G, you took me seriously with writing that. Can I give my reading to her? Yeah, I want to give it to you. That's awful taste. Okay, what do you have? Okay, you just like it. Okay. Well, some people lick it before they get to me. Nervous stomach energy. I feel like all your stress goes to your stomach. There's a team training and energy, or teaching to you, I feel like you want to college. I feel like you need to kind of just feel probably naturally anything, and that there's going to come a point where you do some work. Okay.
You sure?
No, I don't feel like she's opened that, and but when it does, she's gonna be like crazy.
White journal.
Or start a blog. Is it to not to somebody in your family? It feels like a friend or somebody outside of the family. Okay, male? Female, okay. But there's also a male outside of the family, correct? Is this husband? Boyfriend? Okay. Do you have a close friend from high school? There's a male. Your breast cancer issue? Was there something to here? I'm getting. So the female that you want to hear from, shoulder to shoulder, which means she's close to your age. She's older. Do you also have someone close to your age who passed from some sort of cancer issue? We're going to argue. I am going to argue. I feel like there was a female who was a mentor who makes me feel like she was close to your age, but she showed you a lot and taught you a lot, who's also passed. Now, the woman who you want me to connect with, and this is why sometimes it is important to have that piece of jewelry or something that belongs to somebody, but the woman you want me to connect with, she makes my head hurt, she makes me feel very, very tired. She doesn't want to talk to me about her issues or what she passed from. She's very stubborn, and I feel like I'm pulling teeth with her, okay? So she was that way in life. Okay, they don't change. They don't. If they were stubborn in life, they're stubborn and passive. And she just makes me feel like she would not have cooperated here either. How can I say this? Did somebody have a goofy denim bag or denim purse with actual pockets, like Levi pockets? You know what I'm talking about, though, right? If we lived in the 70s, we all had those. Our moms were crafty. And they didn't have Pinterest. I also get a male who also shows me that he had some issues with, or not issues, that he's responsible for how he ended up on the other side. And I get alcohol and I get poison in his system. So, I don't know if this is connected to an old boyfriend, or if this is an old friend, or who this is to you, but he shows me up on the other side. Does that make sense?
Ended up like a long time ago.
Oh, did you not hear me say that? It doesn't matter, he's still connected to you, yeah. But he poisoned his system. Did he OD? Okay, it just makes me feel like he caused his own poisoning issue. Okay, it doesn't matter if it happened 25 years ago or 40 years ago. If they want to come through, they're going to come through. So you need to know that. And you've got all these different kinds of little energies. None were super, super strong. But several different little ones who want to come through and let you know that they're around. This one is very much wanting you to know that he takes responsibility, and it was passively on purpose, if that makes sense. So, and is this a friend of your brother's? Okay. Because he wants you to connect with your brother and let him know that you came. Well, you know,
Sorry.
that's what we're hoping for. That's what he shows me, is that he knew you through your brother. And that it's important to let your brother know he's okay. And I feel like your brother's going through some emotional struggles at this point, and that you need to remind him of this person and kind of where they ended up and why they ended up where they're at. Okay? So we don't always get the person we think we're going to get. Okay? But talk to your brother. Okay, thank you so much. More name for me. Thank you.
It's almost wine time.
I'm ready to. Yes, I love you is good. Melissa Abel.
Melissa.
This is the lady. Oh, that's a damn cute dog. Is it Dasher? It's really cute. Oh, so my shoulders and neck and back hurt so bad. Was she laid up in a hospital bed?
She had surgery.
Okay, but she's making me feel like, just move that pillow, just adjust me, just make me feel better. It was too long of being still and not being moved around and not being exercised. And I feel like she knew, how can I say this? She was in the hospital first at the end of her life. Nursing home. I'm going to tell you, thanks, girls, that she makes me feel like she knew. I don't want to say that she was neglected there, but I feel like emotionally she felt like it. Okay? And she's like, I know neglect when I see it.
She used to get mad all the time.
Because people would come visit her.
It was at work.
Yes, that, okay,
Yeah, she didn't feel like she was getting
right.
Enough attention or whatever.
Right, well, absolutely, and I feel like she wasn't moved around enough and exercised enough. Absolutely. Now, her son, who is her son? Is that your brother?
my boyfriend.
Boyfriend, okay. And, she says he talks of her often. And he talks about stories that are funny, and he brings up things like she's sitting right there and listening. And was there like these marathon card games in this family that would go on for hours?
I think so, yeah.
I feel like you've heard, like there was these marathon events where the bottle of booze sat on the table and everybody just played cards until it was empty. And I feel like she said that was family. That was when we knew we were people and nobody gets together anymore. Right. And she wants, you know, the bottle of old granddad or whatever it was in the middle of the table and these card games going on. So she made me taste old granddad. And there's a reason for that. But yeah, that's what she's making me taste, and she makes me see the label, and it's in the middle of the table. Okay? Now, is her husband gone? And he passed before her? Just know that she walked into his living room. Okay? That he was with her when she was crossing over. He was here before she crossed over, and that when she crossed over, he took her arm. Okay? He was not going to leave her in a lurch, and he was not going to forget her.
Does he come through it out? I tried to answer before, and he was told me it wasn't his family, and it wasn't really my damn business.
You're me?
No, not for you, through somebody else. And I was like,
Well, we can hurdle that.
And no, everyone just said, you know, that he was very much a family guy, but he was very much just.
Ornery.
Yeah.
And looks like you just smelled an onion. He had a sneer on his face all the time. And he totally owns that personality. He also makes me feel like he has a little bit of a temper. And did he fix tractor? Did he have a tractor?
He did a lot of small engine stuff
from when
He
I.
And he makes me feel like even though it hurt his own foot to kick it, he did not give a shit. He was saying that's how it worked. So no, he makes me feel like his son.
Yeah. And why?
Well, I want to make sure you keep him on the straight line. You definitely keep him on the right side of things. And he was a tavern guy, right? And not anymore. No, you got him in the recliner now. Okay. And he's very aware of that. Why do you think Edith always wrote Archie a beard? After she died, he ran off to that tavern, remember?
Do they stay in the person?
Oh no, Cecil knew him. Cecil knew him before he came here. Is there a birthmark on your son or skin pigmentation somewhere?
He has one right here. I thought it's gone now. He also
When he was
has-
born, he had it.
He also has, him and his father both have like that hurt.
How are you? I cannot laugh. I'm sorry.
Look at what do it's kind of like an indentation type.
So did he have it too?
I don't know.
I bet he
my
did.
son has it.
Because I feel like I'm supposed to talk about the weird birthmark thing.
Yep, probably.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Yep, my son and his dad have it, and they've got some stuff. So yeah, baby grandpa this.
Absolutely know that he
knows him.
That's too fun. Okay, well, just let your husband know he came through.
I will.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead and pull it in for a prize. Thank you. Carla, come and get your prize.
How many? 3?
I don't roll-ons too that you guys can look at. The roll-ons are an oil perfume and it lasts a lot longer and they're a little bit stronger than the spray cologne.
No, I'm not bringing it up. Okay.
I couldn't
find anything.
You couldn't find anything. Okay, but that's yours. Okay, and hands this. One thing too, that when you guys write your name on here, I also get your energy because I have your handwriting, and you put energy onto this card. So hanging onto this card does help me tune into you. First of all, I feel like you need to get out of your rut. I feel like you need to do what you've always talked about doing and quit falling. Okay? You have more creative energy than what you're doing anything with. And I feel like you've been stuck in a situation and it's time to break free. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay? Okay. Are you thinking about going into business?
No, God, no, oh my God.
What is it you want to do? I feel like there's a side business or something. I do. But remember, I said I made perfumes for prizes, not
Turned into a business.
not for profit. It was kind of my write-off thing. You know, I could purchase all the stuff, have fun, and give it away. And now it's turned into more for profit. So I feel like there's going to be some. I also feel that you're really hard on yourself, and that you need to like let it go. Okay, everybody sing it.
Let it go.
I was thinking more the Frozen song, but that's okay. So, did Dad have some heart issues?
Yeah, that's not why he, but yeah.
Okay, well, he just shows me like tightening of the chest, some issues with that. He makes me feel headachy. There are several things going on with him. Okay, because as he's going, he's just listing the ABCs from head to toe. Like, I had this, and I had this, and I had this, and I had this, and I herniated disc, and blah, blah, blah. So,
Yeah, every day.
yes, yeah. But he had all kinds of other things wrong with him. And he did not think his doctors were smart.
Yeah, they screwed up. They screwed his surgery.
Yeah, because he's like, oh my God, what is
Yeah.
But you know what? He says I couldn't have asked for my family to come through in a better way. That my family came through and showed their strength and knew when the time was right to prepare me. And he says that you guys actually kind of said, it's okay, Dad, we can manage, and he needed to hear that. That prepared him to cross over. Okay? Because he was such a control freak and did like to know what was going on. And he says when you guys told him that you would take care of things from here on in, that he relaxed and he was able to let go. Got a little boy with him on the other side. Hands? Okay. Just know he's in his grandfather's hands and he's being taken care of. Okay? So absolutely help with your nephew. Okay. Just know they are together and that on the other side your nephew has much more maturity, but shows himself to me as a small child. So who saw the movie Charlie St. Cloud? Did anybody? You guys never saw that movie?
It's been.
Okay. Read the book first, then see the movie. And in the movie, it's almost like you get to see the progression of Charlie's brother's spirit and how he comes to a full adulthood on the other side. But they show themselves to us how we remember them sometimes, so we recognize them. As Cuba Gooding Jr. did with Robin Williams in What Dreams May Come. Also a great movie. But yes, so it's how we remember them. And I feel that they are equals on the other side, but that your nephew's parents need to hear he's taken care of. Okay, does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
So absolutely, because we no longer stay infantile or as small children, we actually appropriate to adult age. But they need to hear that he's taken care of. Okay? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna Meryl, come and get a prize. Let's see that necklace. Okay, you want to pull it in? Well, you can choose. Take your time. Thank you. Paul Engstrand. Okay. Brother? Who is this to?
Brandon.
He's a brother. So just know that he actually shows me patches. Did you guys, were you in the Cub Scouts together in something where you had, were you in a bowling patches or something where you guys were brotherhood? Did he have any issues or things that made him nervous? It might be hard for you to or see that with him. It makes me feel And he has a sister who's still here? Okay, and I feel like he's very connected to her, and he wants to talk about the Cardinals. He wants to bring the fact through that people see Cardinals and talk about him. Okay? So it may not be you, but in his family, there's something where they're like, oh my God, we never saw these Cardinals before, and now they're always in the yard. Was his passing due, how can I say this? Was somebody else responsible for his passing?
I don't think, no. It's, wasn't an accident, but I don't know.
How did this happen?
Vehicle or motorcycle.
Okay. Was it because of their negligence?
I can have to get one of those.
Okay. Because he makes me feel that his passing was due to somebody else's choice. So that's what he shows me. But he made me have this terrible pain in my back. This, like when he was telling me that, all of a sudden it was just like pain in my back. So I didn't go into the specifics of what happened in the accident, but that's just what he was showing me. And he makes me feel like it's all second. So, absolutely. Now, everyone is an 80s or 90s reference. Rob will get me too. But he is showing me was there a dog that lived after his death? His mother is still here. Let go of her grief. In the middle of our grief, and we're, come to me and they're like, but I so want a message. I so want a message. I need the message. And I'm like, once you get through all the stages of grief and, to accept things, that's when the messages come. Okay? So we believe that when somebody gets stuck in grief, it's harder for the message to come through, and that's when they need it the most. So it does make me feel like, tell her about her. Okay? Was he a cardinal? Okay. It doesn't matter if you're around with, that typically is whatever they'll use. Okay? In with your work situation right now?
Actually, it's pretty good right now.
Okay.
At one point.
Okay, he makes me feel like you were actually like sick to your stomach over some work issues.
At one time.
Okay,
Not
and
anymore.
he was right there with you. Are you thinking about buying a motorcycle?
No.
He is. He makes me feel like somebody's thinking about buying a motorcycle. So I don't know if it's one of your group or who this was. Well, just remember I said that. Yeah, everybody's putting on a cards list now because the season's over. And don't be surprised when somebody calls you and says, dude, come over here too.
I never know.
Well, he can only do so much from the other side as far as watching over his friends. So, if somebody chooses to buy that motorcycle, it's at their own risk.
How do you really feel?
See if Potty Mouth's nothing around here.
That came from the other side.
And you all think that's the bar.
He's with you, and he does come to you. Okay? So he definitely visits you when you're with. Okay. Thank you. Dan Shersha? Okay. We're done. Thank you so much. If you guys want appointments, thank you. Talk to me tonight about getting you set up for tomorrow. I'm going to start at 10. So I'll start working at 10.
For my husband.
And then I have the roll-on perfumes if you guys want to see those. Okay? Everybody say goodbye to YouTube. Thank you all. Oh, let's give YouTube code. If you guys want to win a prize, what code should we give? Alma, Wisconsin. Alma, Wisconsin. Put that on my Facebook fan page or on my Google Plus page. We'll put your name in a drawing. Okay? You gotta get them in the next day.
Yeah.
I want 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Now I put in